From bringing lightning-fast internet to every corner of the world, to concerns over the impact of the network's low-orbit satellites, Starlink is the talk of the town in more ways than one, and here's how it's going to change the world forever. Elon Musk is an incredibly well-known billionaire entrepreneur. His name is synonymous with groundbreaking ventures such as Tesla, SpaceX, and his purchase of Twitter. He's one of the wealthiest individuals on Earth, with a net worth that constantly fluctuates as his companies succeed and grow. However, while many people are familiar with Musk's high-profile companies, there's one lesser-known venture that's gaining traction, and it's called Starlink. The project aims to provide internet connectivity to people across the globe through a vast network of private satellites in orbit. This revolutionary idea has been in development for years, but it wasn't until 2021 Starlink's progress really picked up pace. Starlink now has over 2,000 functional satellites orbiting overhead. Plus, it also offers services in dozens of countries worldwide across all 7 continents. It's a truly global initiative that is changing the face of broadband connectivity. But the budding broadband provider still faces a backlog of prospective customers waiting to receive equipment and start service. One of the countries that Starlink is making waves in is Ukraine. SpaceX, the company behind Starlink, has shipped tens of thousands of receivers to the country. This has allowed people to access the internet even in remote areas. But the situation in Ukraine is complex, with ongoing military conflict and the threat of Russian interference in local signals. To combat this, SpaceX has worked diligently to protect local signals and prevent any interference that might disrupt the service. Don't let all these successes fool you, though. Starlink has also had to deal with its fair share of controversies, like the fact that concerns have been raised by members of the scientific community. Scientists are worried about the impact of Starlink's low Earth orbit satellites on night sky visibility. Additionally, competitors have noticed the company's momentum, and, as you'd expect, they have attempted to slow its progress through regulatory jousting. Dish has also taken issue with it, claiming that 5G expansions in the 12 GHz band would interfere with its satellite signals. Despite these challenges, Starlink secured nearly $885.5 million in grant funds from the Federal Communications Commission (FCC) in 2020. However, in August 2022, the FCC decided to reverse that decision. They canceled Starlink subsidies, stating that the service failed to meet program requirements. While acknowledging that their technology has real promise, the FCC took issue with one big thing: they cannot afford to subsidize ventures that aren't delivering the promised speeds. They also emphasized that they cannot subsidize ventures that are unlikely to meet program requirements. This setback is undoubtedly a blow for Starlink, but the company has proven itself to be resilient in the face of challenges. Despite regulatory setbacks, SpaceX and Elon Musk are likely to continue pushing forward with their goal. Their goal is to provide global internet connectivity through Starlink. It remains to be seen how this controversy will play out and what the future holds for the company. But it's clear that the project has already made a significant impact on the telecommunications industry. Though all the technical details aside, most users have but one question on their minds, and that's if those satellites connect their home to the internet. Similar to its competitors, Starlink aims to provide internet access to individuals in rural and remote areas, especially to those who may not have access to high-speed broadband. The company's website states that its technology can overcome the traditional challenges of providing connectivity in remote regions. By leveraging a network of private satellites, it can provide reliable and high-speed internet to previously underserved locations. To connect to Starlink service, customers simply need to install a small satellite dish at their homes, and it will do the rest of the job. But how will that happen? The satellite simply receives the signal and transmits it to your router. Starlink offers various mounting options for rooftops, yards, and the exterior of homes, and even provides an app for Android and iOS. These apps use augmented reality to help customers determine the best location and position for their receivers. Currently, their service is available in select regions in the US, Canada, and abroad, but with nearly 500,000 customers and coverage on all continents, Starlink is rapidly expanding its network. The company's ultimate goal is to provide high-speed Wi-Fi coverage to the entire planet, including in moving vehicles and during flights. Honestly, it does seem like it may just end up being the internet service everyone's using in the future, if you ask me. The company's ability to provide internet access to previously underserved regions has the potential to be a game changer, especially for individuals businesses, and communities that have been left behind in the digital age. Now, this satellite tech is fancy and all, but whether people will switch to it depends on if it delivers its promised speeds. At the end of the day, all that matters is the speed of your internet connection, right? Ookla, an internet speed tracking site, conducted an analysis of satellite internet performance during the third quarter of 2022. The analysis revealed that Starlink's average download speed in the US was around 53 megabits per second, but this figure is a significant drop from the end of 2021, when the median download speed for the service was just over 100 megabits per second. Starlink falls short of the fixed broadband category, which includes other modes of delivering connectivity to people's homes. Their website mentions that users can expect data speeds to vary from 50 to 150 megabits per second and latency from 20 to 40 milliseconds in most locations. They expect these speeds and latencies to be achieved over the next few months, and they aim to get even better over time. Their goal seems to be to improve data speed, latency, and uptime dramatically, and it's pretty ambitious, I'll give them that. They plan to achieve this by launching more satellites, installing more ground stations, and improving their networking software. In February 2021, Musk claimed in a tweet that he expected Starlink to double its top speed to 300 megabits per second by the end of that year. However, in 2023, this claim seems to be far from reality, especially considering the recent Ookla data. In 2021, CNET's John Kim tested Starlink at various locations in California. He signed up for the service at his home, where he averaged download speeds of around 78 megabits per second and latency of around 36 milliseconds. So it's still got a bit of catching up to do, at least when it comes to broadband. But no matter how good it is, this next concern can't be ignored, especially by the average user, and it's the service's cost. Currently, Starlink is offering internet access on a first-come, first-served basis, requiring a $99 deposit to request service. But due to a backlog in demand, customers may have to wait months before their orders can be fulfilled. Some regions may not see fulfillment until the end of 2023. The service was initially priced at $99 per month, with a $499 upfront fee for the necessary satellite dish and router. But in March 2022, SpaceX raised those prices to $110 per month and a $599 upfront fee. Yeah, that's a pretty big number, but despite the high cost of the service, Elon Musk believes that it will be worth it for people who have had limited access to reliable internet. The company is expected to adjust prices once more in 2023. In the past, Starlink had stated that it wanted to keep pricing simple and transparent, with no plans to introduce service tiers. But in 2022, a new premium tier was introduced that offers download speeds ranging from 150 to 500 megabits per second. This tier costs $500 per month, plus a $2,500 upfront fee for the necessary equipment. Yeah, it's not cheap to say the least. During the beta period in 2021, Starlink warned that some pre-orders could take up to 6 months to fulfill. Despite the backlog, the company is still accepting orders on a first-come, first-served basis. That's all you need to know about the super fancy Starlink.